Hello, students. Today, I am excited to talk to you about some tips, tricks, and strategies that can help you learn English. Learning a new language can sometimes feel hard, but with the right tips, you will find it easier and even fun. It doesn't matter if you are just starting to learn English or if you have been studying for a while. These tips will help you become better and improve faster. Why is learning English important? Learning English is very important for many reasons. English is one of the most spoken languages in the world. When you know English, you can talk to people from different countries. If you travel to a new country, you can use English to ask questions, talk to people, and understand signs and directions. This makes traveling much easier and more fun. English is also important for work. Many jobs today need people who can speak English. If you can speak English, it can help you get a better job or even work in a different country. English is used in many places like businesses, companies, and international organizations. So learning English can help you in your career and give you more opportunities to succeed. English is also the language of science and technology. Many scientific studies, research papers, and technology instructions are written in English. If you want to learn about the latest discoveries or new technologies, knowing English will help you understand better. Finally, English helps you make new friends. When you can speak English, you can talk to people from all over the world, even if they don't speak your native language. You can join online communities, make friends in other countries, and share ideas. Learning English connects you to the world. The first tip I want to share with you is simple but very important. Practice English every day. It doesn't matter if you practice for a long time or just a few minutes, as long as you are doing something in English every day. This helps your brain get used to the language, and over time, you will start to feel more comfortable. Practicing every day doesn't have to be hard. There are many fun and easy ways to do it. One way is to watch your favorite TV shows or movies in English. If you usually watch them in your language, try switching to English, or at least turn on English subtitles. This way, you can see and hear the words at the same time. Over time, you will start to recognize common phrases and learn how native speakers talk. Another fun way to practice is by listening to music in English. Many popular songs are in English, and singing along is a great way to practice pronunciation and learn new words. Even if you don't understand all the words at first, listening to music will help you get used to the sound of English. You can look up the lyrics online and try to sing along. This makes learning English fun and helps you improve without feeling like you're studying. If you like reading, you can also practice English by reading simple books, stories, or articles online. You don't have to read long books or complicated texts. Start with short, easy things to read, like children's books or news websites made for beginners. This will help you learn new words, improve your grammar, and understand how sentences are made in English. One more way to practice every day is by using English in your daily life. For example, you can change your phone's language settings to English, so every time you use your phone, you are reading English words. You can also write down your to-do lists, shopping lists, or even short messages to yourself in English. The more you use English in your daily life, the more natural it will feel. Remember, even practicing for just 10 or 15 minutes a day can make a big difference. You don't have to spend hours studying. Small daily practice will help you learn faster and keep your brain active. The more you hear and use English, the more confident you will become. You will start to notice that words and phrases come to you more easily, and you'll begin to understand more when people speak in English. So, make it a habit to do something in English every day, whether it's watching a video, listening to a song, reading a short article, or writing a few sentences. The more you practice, the more you will improve, and soon you'll see how much better your English has become. The second tip is to set small, simple goals that you can easily achieve. Learning a language can sometimes feel like a big task, but breaking it down into smaller steps can make it easier and more enjoyable. When you set small goals, you give yourself something to focus on each day, and it helps you stay motivated. For example, you might say, "Today, I want to learn 5 new words in English." This is a small goal, but it's an important one. Learning 5 new words every day will quickly add up, and soon you'll know hundreds of words. The key is to make your goal something you can finish. If you try to learn too many things at once, it can feel overwhelming, and you might get discouraged. But learning just a few new words is easy, and it gives you a sense of accomplishment when you're done. Another small goal could be, "I will practice speaking English for 10 minutes today." Speaking English can sometimes feel scary, especially if you're not used to it, but practicing even for a short time will help you improve. You can talk to yourself, practice with a friend, or even record your voice. The goal is to get comfortable using English. And practicing for just a few minutes a day can help you feel more confident over time. You can also set goals for different skills, like listening or reading. For example, you could decide to watch a short video in English or read 1 page of a simple English book. These are all small goals, but each one helps you get better at English. By setting small daily goals, you can see your progress, and this makes learning more fun and rewarding. Remember, the most important thing is consistency. Try to meet your goals every day, even if they are small. If you practice a little bit each day, you'll see big improvements over time. And don't forget to celebrate when you reach your goals, no matter how small they are. Every achievement is a step closer to becoming fluent in English. The third tip is to start by learning basic vocabulary. Vocabulary means the words we use in a language, and learning the most common words first will help you a lot. When you're just starting to learn English, it's important to focus on simple, everyday words that you will use all the time. You don't need to learn difficult or complicated words in the beginning. Start with the basics. For example, words like hello, goodbye, thank you, yes, and no are some of the most important words you can learn. These are words you will use in almost every conversation, and they will help you communicate in simple situations. If you know these basic words, you can already say something in English, even if it's just a short sentence. That's a great start. Once you know the basic words, you can use them to make simple sentences. For example, hello, how are you? Or, yes, I like it. These are basic sentences, but they help you practice speaking and listening in English. Don't worry if your sentences are not perfect at first. The most important thing is to start using the language, even with just a few words. Another good way to learn basic vocabulary is to focus on the words you need in your daily life. Think about the things you talk about every day. Do you talk about your family, your job, or your hobbies? Learn the basic words that will help you talk about these things in English. For example, if you like sports, you can learn words like team, game, or ball. If you like cooking, you can learn words like food, kitchen, or recipe. There are many fun ways to learn new words. You can use flashcards, language apps, or even write the words on sticky notes and put them around your house. Every time you see the word, you can practice saying it. Repetition is important when learning new words. The more you see and use the word, the better you will remember it. Remember, you don't need to learn a lot of new words at once. Start small, with a few words each day, and practice them until you feel comfortable. Over time, you'll build a strong vocabulary, and this will help you communicate more easily in English. So, focus on the basics first, and soon you'll be ready to move on to more advanced words. One of the best ways to improve your English pronunciation and speaking skills is by listening to native speakers and repeating what they say. This method helps you get used to the natural sounds and rhythms of English, making your own speaking sound more fluent and natural. Start by listening to English through various sources. You can watch YouTube videos made for English learners, where speakers talk slowly and clearly. Many of these videos are designed to help you learn new words and phrases while showing you how to pronounce them correctly. If you watch videos or TV shows, try to choose ones that use everyday language and clear speech. Listening to podcasts in English is another excellent way to practice. Podcasts are like radio shows, but you can listen to them anytime you want. They cover a wide range of topics, so you can find podcasts that interest you. Listen to how the hosts speak, the words they use, and the way they say sentences. Try to understand what they are talking about and pay attention to their pronunciation. After you listen to native speakers, it's important to repeat what you hear. This practice helps your mouth get used to forming English sounds. You can start by repeating short phrases or sentences. Pause the video or podcast after a sentence, and then repeat it out loud. Try to match the speaker's pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm. This way, you can improve how you sound and make your English more natural. You can also record yourself while repeating sentences. Listening to your recordings will help you hear how you sound and notice any mistakes. Compare your pronunciation with the native speakers and practice until you feel confident. Repeating sentences and recording yourself can make you more aware of your progress and areas where you need improvement. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you listen and repeat, the better your pronunciation will become. Over time, you will find that speaking English feels easier and more natural. So, make listening and repeating a regular part of your English practice routine. Technology offers many tools that can make learning English more enjoyable and effective. There are numerous apps and websites designed to help you practice English, improve your skills, and connect with other learners. Language learning apps are a great place to start. These apps provide interactive lessons that cover vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. Many apps offer games and quizzes to make learning fun. For example, apps like Duolingo, Babbel, and Memrise have engaging exercises that help you practice English in a playful way. You can set daily goals and track your progress, which can be very motivating. Another useful technology is online forums and language exchange platforms. Websites like Reddit or language learning communities let you connect with other people who are learning English. You can ask questions, share tips, and practice your writing. Engaging in conversations with other learners can help you feel more confident and learn from others' experiences. There are also online courses and video tutorials available for English learners. Websites like Coursera or Udemy offer courses that cover different aspects of English, from basic grammar to advanced conversation skills. These courses often include video lessons, practice exercises, and sometimes even feedback from teachers. In addition, social media can be a great resource. Follow English language pages on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Many of these pages share useful tips, interesting facts about English, and practice exercises. Engaging with these pages and participating in discussions can help you stay motivated and learn new things. Lastly, using language learning tools like online dictionaries and translation apps can help you understand new words and phrases. Apps like Google Translate or Oxford Dictionary provide quick translations and pronunciation guides. These tools are handy for looking up words you don't know and practicing your vocabulary. Using technology to learn English can be very effective and fun. It offers many resources that can fit into your daily life and learning style. Try different apps and websites to find the ones that work best for you. Technology can make learning English more interactive and enjoyable, so take advantage of it and make the most of your learning experience. One of the best ways to improve your English is to speak with other people. Speaking practice is crucial because it helps you use the language in real conversations, which is different from just studying it. Don't be afraid to start talking in English, even if you're not perfect at it yet. You can find a language partner to practice with. A language partner is someone who speaks English and is also interested in learning your language. You can help each other practice and improve. You might find language partners through local language exchange groups or online platforms. Websites like Tandem or Hello Talk connect you with people from around the world who are looking to practice different languages. If you don't know anyone to practice with, there are also many websites where you can find people to talk to in English. These websites offer conversation practice with native speakers or other learners. Some platforms have video chats, while others use text or voice messages. Practicing with different people will help you get used to different accents and speaking styles, which is very useful. Don't worry if you make mistakes when speaking. Making mistakes is a natural part of learning a new language. Every mistake is a chance to learn and improve. The more you speak, the more confident you will become. You will start to feel more comfortable using English in different situations, whether you're talking to friends, in a class, or even in a job interview. Remember, the goal is to communicate and understand, not to be perfect. Speak as much as you can, and try to use new words and phrases you've learned. The more you practice speaking, the better you will get, and the more natural it will feel. So, find opportunities to talk in English, and use every chance you get to practice. Speaking with others is a key step in becoming fluent in English. Learning a new language, like English, takes time and effort. It's important to be patient with yourself during this journey. Everyone learns at their own pace, and it's normal to have good days and challenging days. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem. If you make mistakes, Don't let them discourage you. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. They help you understand what you need to improve and give you a chance to learn. Instead of feeling bad about mistakes, see them as steps toward getting better. Every time you make a mistake and correct it, you are learning and moving closer to your goal. Keeping a positive attitude and staying motivated is key to learning English. Set small, achievable goals for yourself and reward yourself when you reach them. For example, if you learn 10 new words in a week, treat yourself to something you enjoy. These little rewards can help keep you motivated and excited about learning. Find ways to make learning fun and interesting. Watch English movies, listen to English music, or read English books on topics you enjoy. Engaging with the language in enjoyable ways can make learning feel less like work and more like a fun activity. It's also helpful to remind yourself why you are learning English. Whether it's for travel, work, or connecting with others, keeping your reasons in mind can help you stay focused and motivated. Whenever you feel discouraged, think about the benefits of knowing English and how it can open up new opportunities for you. Remember, learning English is a journey, and every step you take is important. Stay patient, keep practicing, and continue to believe in yourself. Over time, you will see your skills improve, and you will feel more confident using English. So, those are some tips, tricks, and strategies to help you on your English learning journey. Remember, the key to improving your English is to practice every day, set small goals, and use every opportunity to speak and listen. Don't forget to stay patient and motivated, as learning a language takes time and effort. Practice speaking with others, whether it's through language partners or online conversations. Keep a positive attitude, celebrate your progress, and enjoy the learning process. The more you practice, the more confident you will become, and the better your English will be. Thank you for listening, and I hope you find these tips useful. Let's continue to learn together and support each other on this journey. Good luck with your English learning, and keep going. In your journey of learning English, consistency is your best friend. It's like going to the gym. If you only go once a month, you won't see any changes. But if you go a little bit every day, you will get stronger. The same goes for learning English. If you practice a little bit every day, even for just 10 minutes, you will see improvement over time. It's okay to feel tired or unmotivated sometimes. We all have those days when learning seems like a challenge. But even on those days, try to do something small. You could review the words you learned yesterday, write a few sentences in English, or watch a short video. It doesn't have to be a long study session, just a small action to keep the language fresh in your mind. Think of learning English as building a wall. Every small effort is like placing one brick. Over time, these small bricks come together, and before you know it, you have built something solid. You may not notice the changes day by day, but after a few months, you will look back and realize how far you've come. One of the best ways to learn English is to surround yourself with the language. This is called immersion. The more you hear, see, and use English, the faster your brain will start to understand it naturally. Think of it like swimming. When you first get into the water, it feels strange, but the more time you spend in the water, the more comfortable you become. Start with simple things. Change the language settings on your phone or computer to English. That way, you will start to see common words like settings, profile, or notifications in English. Follow English-speaking YouTubers or influencers who talk about topics you like. If you love cooking, follow someone who cooks in English. If you enjoy travel, find a traveler who shares their adventures in English. This way, you can learn new vocabulary while also enjoying the content you love. You can also immerse yourself in English by thinking in English. When you are doing everyday activities, like making coffee or going for a walk, try to describe what you're doing in English in your head. For example, if you're washing dishes, think to yourself, "Now I am washing the plate. The water is hot. I need more soap." It may sound simple, but thinking in English helps your brain get used to using the language naturally. Another way to immerse yourself is to listen to English music, podcasts, or audiobooks. Even if you don't understand everything, the more you hear the language, the more familiar it will become. Soon, you will start picking up new words and phrases without even realizing it. One of the biggest barriers to learning a new language is fear of making mistakes. Many people feel nervous about speaking English because they are afraid of sounding silly or saying something wrong. But here's the secret: mistakes are not bad. In fact, they are a good thing. Every mistake you make is an opportunity to learn and improve. Think of a child learning to walk. When they fall down, they don't give up. They get up and try again. Learning a language is similar. When you make a mistake, don't feel embarrassed or discouraged. Instead, think of it as part of the learning process. Mistakes show you what you need to work on, and the more you practice, the fewer mistakes you will make over time. In fact, people who learn the fastest are usually the ones who make the most mistakes because they are not afraid to try. So, speak English as much as you can, even if it's not perfect. The more you speak, the more confident you will become. Another important strategy for learning English is to build a routine. Just like with exercise or any other skill, having a routine helps you stay on track. Try to dedicate a specific time each day to study or practice English. It could be in the morning when you have some quiet time, or in the evening after work or school. When you have a routine, learning English becomes a habit. You don't have to think about it. It just becomes part of your day. You could start by spending 10 minutes each day reviewing vocabulary, 15 minutes listening to a podcast, and 10 minutes practicing speaking. Whatever works best for you, make it consistent. Creating a learning schedule can also help you stay organized. For example, you can dedicate Mondays to learning new vocabulary, Tuesdays to practicing speaking, Wednesdays to listening exercises, and so on. This way, you cover all aspects of the language throughout the week. Don't forget to include time for fun activities, like watching movies or reading stories in English. The key is to mix learning with enjoyment so that it doesn't feel like a chore. Repetition is a powerful tool in language learning. When you hear or use the same word or phrase many times, it becomes easier to remember. This is why it's important to repeat what you've learned regularly. One great way to do this is by using flashcards. You can write new words on one side and their meanings on the other. Review these cards every day until you feel confident with the words. There are also many apps, like Anki or Quizlet, that can help you create digital flashcards. Another strategy is to review your notes regularly. After each study session, take a few minutes to go over what you learned the day before. This helps the information stay fresh in your mind and makes it easier to remember later. Don't be afraid to go back to things you've already learned. Even if you know a word or phrase, reviewing it will help reinforce it in your memory. Repetition may seem boring, but it's one of the most effective ways to make sure you really remember what you've learned. As you progress in your English learning, it's important to keep challenging yourself. This doesn't mean jumping straight into difficult material. Instead, take small steps to gradually increase the difficulty of what you're studying. For example, if you've been reading simple texts, try reading something a little more challenging, like a news article or a short story. If you've been practicing speaking with basic phrases, try adding more complex sentences. Challenge yourself to learn new words or practice conversations on more advanced topics. The idea is to push yourself just a little bit beyond your current level. This keeps things interesting and helps you grow. Don't worry if it feels difficult at first. That's a sign that you're learning. One of the best ways to stay motivated while learning English is to stay curious. Don't just stick to textbooks. Explore different ways to use English in your everyday life. If you come across a word you don't know, look it up. If you hear a phrase that sounds interesting, try to understand what it means. Ask questions whenever you're unsure of something. If you're in an English class, don't be afraid to ask your teacher to explain a difficult topic. If you're learning on your own, use online resources like forums or language apps to find answers. Being curious and asking questions helps you stay engaged with the language. The more you explore, the more you will learn, and the more confident you will become. One of the most important things to do on your language learning journey is to celebrate your progress. Learning a language is a big achievement, and it's important to recognize your hard work. Set small goals and reward yourself when you reach them. For example, if you've learned 50 new words in a month, treat yourself to something special. If you've successfully had a conversation in English, celebrate that accomplishment.